Hello, beautiful souls. Here we are again, and what an amazing subject that we are looking at today. You know, when I first thought about talking about letting go, I became quite overwhelmed just thinking about all the things that I have let go of to get where I am. But then, when I look at that and I go, where do I even begin with what to let go of to free yourself to soar? Because that is what it says. And that is truly what you can experience when you let go of everything that limits you and keeps you small and stops you from knowing who you truly are as this divine expression of all that is. So it is quite a subject, and I think that I would like to approach it with you from the perspective of every day, the simple things. I'm not going to really go into any highfalutin stuff. I just want to help you and share with you what has worked for me. And I can honestly say to you today that I am pretty free of all that was limiting me in the past years. And I've had a few past years, okay? So, and as you know, letting go is something that every spiritual teacher will tell you. Just let go. Well, that's easy to say, isn't it? So, I would like to go and look at what we have to let go of and what the reward of that will be at the end. Because letting go, so I've let go, so now what? I'm floating in this void. And, well, I kind of like floating in the void, but that's not for everybody. So it's a void that's actually very full of beautiful things. So it's not a nothing void. So before we get into this really deep subject, I thought I'd like to share with you a piece of prose that I'm sure that you've heard it before or seen it before. Let me just see if I can find it here for you. There it is. A piece of prose that has been around for eons. It is there is an anonymous, not easy to say, anonymous author. Um, so, in other words, we have no idea who wrote it, but I've used it for years with people because it is really very profound. So, the title is Letting Go, obviously. So, it starts To let go does not mean to stop caring. So often we think that if we let go of people or situations, that we're seen as not caring. It's got nothing to do with that. It means that I cannot do it for someone else. And boy, is that a huge one for us to recognize that we're not here to do it for people. We're here to do it with people. Anyway, we get a little bit deeper into that in a minute. To let go is not to cut myself off. It is the realization that I cannot control another. Wow, have you ever tried? I mean, is it possible to control another if they don't want to play? Of course not. So that's an awful waste of energy. To let go is to admit and accept that sometimes the outcome is not in my hands. Mostly the outcome can be not in your hands. It's all about acceptance, isn't it? Accept what is for you and accept what is not for you. That is a huge discernment that we have to learn in this life. To let go is not to control, there's that word again, but to allow learning from natural consequences. Now, okay, comment. Who has been a control freak? Here I go. I will admit that. Of course, we are programmed to want to control because we feel so out of control. And that is the whole thing, isn't it? We have been programmed to feel powerless, to not be good enough, and we are going to have a look at all of those things because we need to let those go. And so we look constantly at what can we control. So let that go. Let go is letting, but it's not to control, but allow learning from natural consequences. So let life unfold for you. To let go is not to change or blame another. It is to make the most of myself. Isn't it very easy for us to have the finger pointing out? Yeah? It's his fault. If you didn't do that to me, I wouldn't be in this situation. Boy, isn't that a wonderful avoidance of responsibility? But we do it. Of course we do it. Blame someone else, it makes us feel good. Does it? No, not really. So we need to make the most of ourselves, and that happens when we let go of that. So to let go is not to care for, but to care about. Whoa, this is one of my favorites. Caring for. We have this thing that if we worry about people and we care for people, that is so good. But is it? For me, it is much better to care about somebody and to give them the knowing that they have it within them to overcome, to grow, to be more. And yes, you will be there if they need you, but give them this space to work it out for themselves, because that's how we grow. You know, there's this phrase that I absolutely love, and it says, "Do not walk in front of me, I may not follow. Do not walk behind me, because I may not lead. Walk beside me and be my friend." I love that. I do love that. And, you know, I think just walk beside the people you love. Be there for them when they reach out for you. But don't always dive in and think that you know better than they do what needs to be done. Be there when they call on you and care about them. But don't be afraid for them. Okay? So, to let go is not to judge, but to allow another to be human. Oh man, judgment, judgment, judgment. To me, it's one of the most festering sores of our collective. We will address it. We will address it. To let go is not to be in the middle, arranging all the outcomes, but to allow others to affect their destinies. That's right. Get out of people's business. Get out of other people's business. Just be there and allow them to do what they need to do. Allow them to be human, and humans have issues, and humans make mistakes, and humans are human. So step back and just get out of there. Stop the entanglement with people, trying to fix it and trying to tell people how they should live and how they should not live. None of your beeswax. To let go is not to be protective. It is to permit others to face reality. To let go is not to deny, but to accept. Acceptance, acceptance, acceptance is so important. To let go is not to nag, scold, or argue, but instead to search for my own misalignments and to correct them. So it's much more about going in instead of going out. Stop being so entangled in the outside world and really go within and clear, clear, clear. To let go is not to adjust everything to my own desires, but to take each day as it comes and cherish myself in it. Do you know, every day is another day of opportunities and possibilities, and another day of the gift of life. And we forget that sometimes. We get so caught up on the have-tos and the shoulds that we forget that it's our gift of life. What are we doing with it? Leaving very good footprints in the sand, I hope. To let go is not to criticize and regulate anybody, least of all myself, but to be what and who I am now, and who and what I want to become. So it just really, it is all about allowing growth, allowing things to be presented, to learn from, to become more. To let go is not to criticize and regulate anybody, least of all myself, okay? That is very important. To let go is not to regret the past. Oh, can we put that at the top of the list? Let go of the past, let go of the past, let go of the past. But to grow and live fully in the present, because that is all there is. There's only now. And whoop, that now's gone. Whoop, that now's gone. Whoop, and gone. And yet we are hanging on to things that are not here. And so we miss so much of our life by not being in our life, by either spending our time in the past or in a possible future. And life slips by so quickly, so quickly. Oh my God, August is knocking on the door. It seems no time since I was saying Happy New Year. Wow, we are on a fast train. So be present, don't miss anything. To let go is not to get caught up in other people's dramas, but to see everything as an opportunity for my own self-reflection and growth. Dramas. Oh, don't we love that? Well, can you just keep your dramas on the television? There's plenty of those there. And be selective what dramas you like to watch. And remember that it's just a movie. Don't make your life a drama. So much wasted energy. And finally, to let go is to fear less and to love more. Now, I'm sure that many of you have actually seen this one before or heard this one before because it's been around for a long, long time. So before we dive into this wonderfully freeing subject of letting go, please, please, please know that we are the people that are on a path of expansion. And with that goes the opportunity and the responsibility to share all we know and learn with others so that they too can awaken and they can join us on this wonderful path. So please share, comment, subscribe, and click the bell as you know the drill there, because as you wait, that is your way to create this ripple effect around the world for the awakening of the whole. That's all. Comment. Because other people are reading those comments and they're commenting on your comment. And that is how you start a conversation. And you can actually start a soul group right here in the comment section. You just have to do it. You just have to just make that little bit of effort and go, oh, look, I'm in Sydney. Whereabouts in Sydney? Can you, PM me, DM me, whatever all those letters mean. And let's get together. Let's create a tribe, because that is what I'm really doing this for, so that you get to know each other through the comments and where you live and how, and then you go, oh, there's someone like me who lives not too far away. We can get together and we can start creating a new earth community, because that's all that I do. I gather people to create this new earth community of expansion, of love, of peace, of harmony, of sharing and caring. And that's what we're doing here today. That's what we're doing, and we're letting go of anything that is not in alignment with that. So, when you've done all of those wonderful things, and I do look at all the comments, and look, share, because that is how we spread the word, how we spread our light. We don't spread our light by just saying, gee, that was a nice video we watched, because that had a few good things in it. Well, if it was good for you, it might be good for someone else. Okay? That would be really great. Just know that we all have a responsibility to share this light as much as we can, whenever we can. So, what is so important about letting go? And what do we get at the end of it, right? Well, I thought I'd just have a look at all the things that, hey, that have been important for me to let go of. And I had a whole list. And they were all wanting to get to the top. Because the first thing you probably think of, let go of fear. Yeah, absolutely. What I found though is that there's a lot of things before that that actually cause you to be in fear. So when you let go of those, the fear just disappears. So the first one that I've come up with that I really want to address for you um, is the beliefs that we run our life on. That subconscious, automatic thing that we do every day because that is what we have been programmed on. Because when we're born, we have no beliefs. We know nothing. We're not even human. I mean, otherwise, if we were human, we wouldn't struggle with it so much. So we have to learn to be human. And the way that we learn is by the people that bring us up, the culture, the environment, the schooling, all of that, right? That everybody's telling me this is how it is, this is how it is, this is how it is. Is it? Mm-mm. It may be for them, but is it necessarily for you? And this is what this whole video, this discussion is about, is what you're running on for you, the highest possibility, the most beneficial. So let's look at that. Letting go of any and all belief that no longer serve you. That means letting go of all the shoulds and the have tos. So what is a belief? Well, a belief is something that has been imprinted in your intellect, in your mind, and you have accepted that as a truth. But is it a truth? Well, it is. It is a truth only for as long as you connect and attach to that belief. And we've all learned that everything's an illusion. I always think if you are brought up believing that the sky is purple, then you will fight and argue with everybody who says it is not, because that's all you see. You see it as purple. Because that is what you have believed. So what we experience on the outside has a foundation underneath it of what you were told, what you were taught, what somebody said to you, this is how it is. But now there is a time where you look at it and go, well, is it of benefit to me? Does it benefit me to believe that those people across the road are bad because they're the wrong religion and they're the wrong color and they eat the wrong food and they don't speak my language? Is that a belief that I want to continue with? Because that is what war is based on. We believe that if somebody is not like us, we have the right to go out and harm them. Is that a belief that serves the new earth? Is that what serves us as being free humans? With love and peace and harmony? Absolutely not. So that probably is a good belief to let go of. So, this video isn't going to tell you what you have to let go of. What I'm hoping to do is to get you to think about, well, what do I believe? What do I believe? What beliefs do I adhere to that I actually know inside is not resonating with my highest truth? And what belief do I defend? Why bother? A belief is only true for the one who's believing it. If someone else believes something else, then their belief is true for them. And if they are not the same, it doesn't matter. It just means that you're looking through a different lens. We have to experience what we believe in. So maybe a good cleanup and letting go of all the beliefs that you have gathered over the years that no longer serves you. And that, I tell you, is a huge step into freedom. So letting go of beliefs. And it's all about, we're doing a bit of a spring clean. I know that in the Northern Hemisphere you are going into autumn and winter, but we are coming hopefully to the end of our winter in another few weeks, and so we're looking for a spring clean. Okay, but you can do a spring clean or an autumn clean or a winter clean or a summer clean, whatever. Declutter. Get inside and let go of everything that is keeping you small, that is not allowing you to feel free. And beliefs are a big one, okay? Then the next one I've got on my list here is judgment. Oh my goodness, judgment, judgment, judgment. You know, I think judgment is one of the sores. It's like a sore, a festering sore in humanity's relationships with themselves, with each other, with the environment. Because we look at everything from this perspective of right and wrong, right and wrong. Things aren't right or wrong. If it's not right, it must be wrong. What a ridiculous way to observe the world. It is what it is. Acceptance. Accept what is. And then look at yourself and go, who am I in relationship to what is? And who can I become? How can I grow from that? Instead of instantly making it right or making it wrong. You know, the most damaging thing that we actually do need to let go of is self-judgment. That is the greatest pain within ourselves, that we constantly judge ourselves. Why? We are beautiful, beautiful beings, expressions of the divine, doing the best we can in this physical situation, and it's a tough gig. You know, I don't know about you. I'd love your comments, but I think it's a tough gig. And if we can actually soar above it by letting go of all the constrictions and restrictions and dictatorships that the so-called powers that be, who say that they have the right to make laws and rules put upon humanity, if we do not stand up and go, you know what, I am empowered, I am creation in motion. I do not need to be told how to live. I do not need to live according to these rules that are not in alignment with my soul. But if you go to and if you're judging these beautiful people that are giving you this contrast to grow from, just look at them and go, thank you, but no thank you. Thank you for being the contrast, so it just empowers me even more to look within, to be able to be self-sovereign, to be self-governing. Then they have no power over you when you take back that power. But if you judge them, you actually are giving your power away. So anything you judge, you are giving power to. Anything you focus on, you are feeding. That is why watching the news, everybody says, do not watch it. Of course not, because you're feeding it. You're feeding it. You're giving permission for someone to come into your life and just put all that stuff into it. And it's all energy radiating. So you need to be incredibly discerning about what energy you allow through that filter. Right? So letting go of judgment. Well, you know, I was brought up by a very stern gentleman, and I loved him very much, but he was a tough man to himself and for everyone. But he was judge, jury, and executioner, I used to say. Nothing was right. He hated people. Mind you, this was all a result of, you know, having Second World War, occupational, whatever, horror stuff in that time. And this was what came out of that as a result. So he was very stern and very judgmental of the world because of the experiences he had had. And as a result of that, I was modeling myself to that. So I ended up always judging myself. I was absolutely the worst judge on myself and of everyone else. And I'm telling you, that was such a burden on me. Eventually, when I let that go, it was like I grew about 2 feet. It was like, whoa, I let go of the judgment of me. I actually started to celebrate. I'll tell you how I did it. I decided that instead of always thinking I didn't do things well enough and I needed to do it better, every time I made a mistake, I used to have a little dance. I'd go, I made a mistake. I let myself make a mistake. I was so good. I let myself make it. Yes, I know. Little insanity helps a great deal. Now, what I do if I, zig when I should zag, I have this lovely thing. I just go, oops, wonderful word, oops. And then I do it differently. It's all that's necessary. No need to get out a baseball bat. Okay, so let's go. Let it go of judgment. Can you already feel the relief? Okay, comment about, any experiences you've had where you've let go of something and you've just felt this incredible lightness come upon you, because it makes you realize just how much we hang on to. All right. So then there is another one. Okay, let go of the past. That's just snuck in. I didn't even have it on the list because I'm not one to dwell on the past at all. I'm very much a present person. But we hang on to the past. Oh, it's like this smelly carcass dragging around, wishing that the past was different or blaming ourselves for things we did in the past. Look, just let that go, okay? Because it doesn't exist except when you drag it in and it smells. Leave it alone. Just be present and know that the past has brought you here. And the best way to let go of your past is to embrace it with love and say, thank you. Thank you for everything you've taught me. It's brought me here and I am free. Yeah, true. That's all you have to do. Don't need it anymore. It has given you what you needed to be where you are today. That's it. No need to repeat. Finished. It's what you become next that's important, okay? So let go of the past. Please let go of the past. It's like regurgitating. I think cows do that. They regurgitate and eat their food all over again. We're not cows. Don't regurgitate stuff and try and digest it differently. It's a horrible image, actually. I won't repeat that either. So the next one is, it's another one of my favorite. And if this is one of yours, please comment. Let go of the need to know. When someone says to me, oh, I know, I go, oh, no, there we go. Because when you say I know, it's like you shut a door. I was known in my younger days as a bit of a know-all because I've been there. Now I know an awful lot more. And you know what? I know how little I know. And what that does for me is it keeps fueling my sense of curiosity because I'm insatiable about that. I'm constantly searching to know more, to see more, to learn more, to be more. And if I went, I know, then what was the point of that? That would be a whole part of my life that I would be missing out on. So the need to know, now where's that come from? The need to know comes from the fear of the unknown. But everything's unknown. Whether I can take my next breath is unknown. True? So why not just throw that in the bin and go, I don't need to know anything. You know why? Because the one that knows is your soul. So just allow your soul to know, and you just sign up for work every day and you go, okay, where are we going? I'm ready. And then all this wonder of life. I love that in children, the wanderlust. Because I was born into an occupied country, and my first years were not one would call happy. From where a child comes, I had parents who protected and loved me dearly, so I was very safe in a very well, as safe as one could be with, yes, being in the middle of war, but they kept me as safe as possible. So never learned how to be a child. I wasn't able to cry. I wasn't able to do what children do now. I want this, I want that. I didn't know, I had no concept of wanting anything because it was all about shh, don't do that, don't speak, don't cry. So I don't know how my parents did that. My mum had a look. She would just look at you like this, and then people tell me I have that look too. But and when she did that, I knew there was danger, and I needed to be unseen. And so I didn't really learn about wanderlust until my firstborn. And oh boy, did I enjoy it. I'd suddenly realized when this little person would say, Mummy, look, Mummy, look, Mummy, look, Mummy, look. Well, Mummy looked and Mummy learned. Mummy learned how to live in awe of everything that children show you. And I tell you what, it was the most wonderful experience, and I've never given it up. I still walk around in wanderlust. I go, oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Yes, because it is a wondrous world. So don't need to know. Throw that in the bin. Just be open to be excited and learn more. All right, so that's that one done. So the next one is no, maybe not. I see my list and there's one that I need to switch. The next one is this lovely one, the need to be perfect. The need to be perfect. Well, I can shut that down instantly. Perfection has no growth in it. Okay? When you get to perfect, that's death. There is no expansion in perfect. We are energy beings in an energy universe, and energy continuously needs to expand and grow. So there is no possibility of perfection. We never will reach it. Thank goodness, because I don't want it to come to an end. Just excellence is beautiful. Do the best you can in any given moment and be okay with that. Be okay with that. Don't strive for perfection. It's an end product, and we're not an end product. And now this one, and it's probably the most difficult, and that is letting go the attachment to our personality as number one. This belief that I am Vonn. Well, for this moment. When we can let go of this attachment, this ego persona that is constantly needing to be more than somebody else, and yeah. Well, then what have we got? See, that's the fear, isn't it? What have we got if we let go of this avatar attachment to our personality? Well, you don't have to throw it away. You just have to give it a different job description. It's about making your soul the captain of your ship and your personality the first mate, if it behaves. Switch the roles. And I can promise you that the personality will have a lot more fun and be a lot freer if it follows soul. And then I guess at the end, I want to say one that probably needed to have come first, but It is that beautiful thing, and it comes, I suppose, with the belief system. Not good enough. The not-enoughness. Let go of the not-enoughness. The thought that I am not enough. I'm not good enough. I haven't got enough. I'm not doing enough. I'm not being enough. Oh, is that a good one? Comment, comment, comment. Are you still wearing any of that? How limiting is that? How I can't even find a word that describes how the whole being contracts when you think you're not enough. You're not enough. And what I'm about to say is, I say that because it's so important. So I have so many people that come to me that have been in the Christian religion. I don't, I've also have them in other religions, but they have this wonderful thing about we're born in the image of God. And then the second sentence is we are born in sin. So God is sin. Yeah? That's what you're just telling me? And people swallow it. I'm a sinner forever, but I'm the image of God. Well, it's an oxymoron, and we need to throw it out the window. When you put not enough next to perfection, what happens is that because you feel you're not enough, you're constantly striving for perfection. But perfection is not attainable because it's the end of the road. So you're never going to get there, so you're never going to feel enough. So give it up and go, you know what? Right now is all that I am. And that is as enough as enoughness can be. And in every moment, I'm striving to become more, to be more expansive, to be more in tune with myself, to be more of love and of peace. That is more than enough. You know, we are the expression of this field of infinite intelligence, of all possibilities and opportunities. How can that not be enough? How much more do you, I was going to swear, how much more do you want? Right? Hug yourself and go, oh, I'm so enough. You are so enough. And that does away with fear of lack and all. So can you now see that all of those things that we've hung on to is because of fear? So once you let go of all the things we've talked about, then fear also can leave you. And honestly, I can tell you that I am now living pretty fearless. That doesn't mean I'm going to step in front of a bus or anything. It's not that kind of fearless. It is, I have no fear of anything harming me, or because I know that I walk with angels, I walk with my soul, I follow my soul without hesitation. And this morning, my soul said, today is the day for a video, and the subject is letting go. So here I am. I'm offering it to you. And so please, please, please comment, share, because it's so fundamental, isn't it? It's such a fundamental thing for all of us to need to do, to let go of the things that are not serving us, that are restricting us from knowing how magnificent we are, that are restricting us from expressing all our beautiful creativity. Look within yourself and do a spring clean and find all the nooks and crannies where there are little things hidden that are telling you, you're not enough, you're not enough, no, that's not good enough, and oh, no, that is not. And then, you just take a little brush and pan and you say thank you, but no thank you, and gently in the bin, and set yourself free to soar. Because that is what we're here to do. We're here to find out how amazing we are as expressions of the all that is. And then finally, I want to talk about soul knows. When you let go and you trust your soul to guide you, that is the best thing, that you let go of all this need to decide, what do I do next, and where do I go, and who do I speak to, and how do I do this. You just go, okay, well, I think today I think I need to do A, B, C, and D. And then you watch and see, and things get moved if they're not for your highest good. Because if you start the day and you say, well, I asked for the highest possibility for me and all concerned, then trust that that is what you have ordered and that is what comes in. So soul knows, keep connecting to your soul and ask for guidance. So what do you come away with when you surrender? Well, I can only tell you from experience, but what I've gained from all of that, and I had a lot to let go of, I gained an incredible sense of inner peace. So, these things are indescribable, but it's such stillness inside. I feel safe and protected all the time. And what you get is this flow of synchronicity guiding the way. Everything just flows. Life is fluid if you get out of the way. So that's what there is there for you to gain. A deep inner knowing that all is well, no matter what the outside circumstances, somehow all is well in here. Yeah, that's what's waiting for you. And to complete this wonderful discussion with you guys, I wrote a piece of a poem, prose, when I first went on this journey. My life was pretty tough. I was very lost. And so I remember one day I was sitting with what you call having my back against the wall kind of feeling. I had 3 children and I was a single mum and by choice. And so I'm sitting there going, okay, I'm obviously not doing this right. Nothing's working for me. I am in the depths of despair. I don't know what to do next. Help me, I said to my team, my soul, and my guides. And this is what started to write through me. It's called Surrender. And it is a beautiful way, I think, for us to complete today. And remember, share, like, comment. I love hearing from you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do so, because then you'll be notified if you've liked when I turn up next. So, this piece of prose is called Surrender. And I do encourage everyone to actually speak this before they go to sleep. And I call it, put it in the forgot to do basket. So, surrender. I surrender all feelings of burden, all feelings of pain, stress, worry, and weariness. I surrender all limiting thoughts to my superconscious, to be replaced with unlimited thoughts of support, love, abundance, and joy. I surrender, I let go, I release. I let go and let the God force within me guide and protect me as I move forward, taking every step with faith, knowing that Spirit goes before me, creating all things to support the highest possibility for all concerned. I surrender to that higher power beyond the physical awareness, that power which lives within, all-knowing, all-seeing, the God Self, and I am free. Yes, we are free then to soar and to really experience our true selves. To experience our true self, this unlimited, expansive being that we all are, when we're not believing that we are less than that. I hope you enjoyed today's video and that you are learning something from it. And if you have things that you still need to let go of, well, you know what to do. Thank you for being with me once more. I love you. Love yourself more, as I say every time, because what's not to love? Bye-bye, till next time.